The vast majority of Kenyans believe that going out of Kenya, being in a foreign land, is heaven on earth. Unfortunately, too many Kenyans are not exposed. I had a very hilarious experience some years back when I completely failed to convince somebody, a Kenyan, that actually there's something like a Mzungu beggar. I even produced photographs from the web. Their response, wacha we kumekucha bwana, hiyo ni Photoshop. A Mzungu, a white man, begging in the streets? Impossible. All Mzungus are rich. All Mzungus have cash, flowing out of their ears and nose. Actually, I shouldn't be laughing because this is a very serious matter. You see, most Kenyans already know that education is very important. When you have kids, when you're bringing up kids, you have to be very concerned, about the education they're getting. And it doesn't matter what class they are. In fact, the educational foundation your children get is extremely important. Most Kenyans already get that. However, most Kenyans are not aware that there's something even more important than education. It's something called exposure. I've gone into a lot of trouble. I've gone out of my way. I've gone into great expense to give my children exposure. It is very important that you prepare them to deal with the world. And preparing them, you cannot avoid giving them exposure. It's extremely important. That's my view. Well, I know the other Kenyans will say education tosha. That's the most important. Exposure kitu gani? Anyway, that's my view. And those of us who are wise on this channel will understand why I consider exposure so important. But let me not get carried away. Back to the topic for today. Most Kenyans are completely ignorant about what happens to Kenyans who go, as we call it in Kenya, Maju. In fact, the word Maju says it all. It means up there. Up there, like in heaven. Well, the reality is very different from what most Kenyans think. The first thing you need to know is that when you're in a foreign country, your rights are limited. You are not a citizen of that country. I guess one of the reasons why Kenyans are ignorant is because generally Kenyans treat foreigners very well. In my view, Kenya is one of the best countries in the world to be a foreigner. How many times have I seen Kenyans treat foreigners much better, than their own fellow Kenyans from another tribe? It's true. Anyway, that's a whole topic by itself for another day. One of the worst countries, to be a foreigner in is a country called Tanzania. It isn't so bad if you're a foreigner from a country that is outside Africa. But if you're a Kenyan, they don't even call you by your name. You'll hear them saying, Yulem Kenya. Yulem Kenya. That Kenyan. That's the translation. Well, over the years, I've survived, by a very simple trick. Regulars on this channel will know that I've spent years in Tanzania. Sometimes living there for long stretches of time, other times visiting. So I learned how to speak the Swahili of Tanzanians. And doors always magically opened. But there are other countries in Africa that are worse. Kenyans have been killed in South Sudan. Kenyans have been murdered in South Africa. Bottom line, you have to be extremely careful when you're in a foreign country. And these days, it's much worse. Because there's open hatred towards what people refer to as immigrants. You can be in a foreign country in the West, for very legitimate reasons, very legal reasons. Maybe you're a student or you've gone to do some work, business, for a brief period of time. But locals will just see your black face and they'll just say immigrant, illegal immigrant. The long and short of what I'm trying to put across is the fact that being in a foreign country is not easy. It has its challenges. And therefore you expect that when you walk into the High Commission or embassy belonging to home sweet home Kenya, you'll at least get a break from the horror story outside there. Or when you place a call to the Kenyan embassy or Kenyan High Commission, you will be treated well. You'll be treated with respect. They will give you a dose of that Kenyan hospitality that will help cure your homesickness, at least a bit. Well, this is not the case. You know, I remember in the old days when I just started traveling, I would go into a Kenyan embassy or High Commission in a country where I just arrived, just to say hi, to announce that I'm around. And the greetings would be very warm. I'd be made to feel very comfortable. Well, all that is ancient history now. Now, because of time constraints, today I'm going to spare 3 or 4 countries where the Kenyan High Commission and embassies are just a total horror story. But let me warn them in advance, their time is coming. Today, I want to focus on the Kenyan embassy in Berlin, Germany. Let me give you a hot tip. If you're bored and you don't have enough music to listen to, call the Kenyan embassy in Berlin. Before you finish even what you're talking about, before you finish talking, you'll be put on music, you'll be put on hold. And that will last forever. The staff there are very rude. I'm not sure what the staff there are very busy doing, but whatever they're doing has nothing to do with the welfare of Kenyans in Germany. And there's impunity here because it seems the people running this embassy are very powerful back home. Because there was a demonstration, a peaceful demonstration, only in September, a month or 2 ago. But nothing has changed. You want to renew your passport? You have a problem with your passport? Maybe you've lost it or something? Utajua ujui. Most Kenyans are forced to look for the airfare and fly all the way back to solve their problems. Which raises the question, why do we need an embassy in Berlin that does not help Kenyans? Shut down the thing. And I'm serious, because it doesn't serve its purpose. Now it is true that the work of an embassy is not only to handle Kenyans living in that country, but to also work on relationships with the host country. Look also for opportunities for Kenyans in that country. Explore and maximize opportunities for trade. Yep, there are a lot of other things embassies do. However, shoddy service is seen from far. So if they can't deal with Kenyans in Germany, do you think they're doing a good job in the other areas? I don't think so. In my view, the staff at the embassy in Berlin are there for holiday. They're there to have a good time. You know, for years, appointments to foreign embassies are rewards. They are political rewards and favors. It is Kenya's way of exporting our horrible corruption. The culture of service is non-existent, and the buck must stop at the desk of the ambassador, Joseph Mangut. Bwana Mangut was appointed in 2014. He was a lecturer, prior to his appointment, he was a lecturer at the Kenyatta University. Bwana Ambassador, do you understand what your mandate in Germany is? If you do, please, 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 clean up shop. Do something that will stand the test of time. You know, recently, Kenya's first ever ambassador to the United States, Burudi Nabwera, is in his 90s now, returned to his old station. And the same man has also produced a biography, which I recommend for people on this channel. It's very fascinating. One of the things that came out is that Kenya's first president, Jomo Kenyatta, with all his shortcomings, and with all the corruption and tribalism that was launched, never joked when it came to foreign embassies and high commissions. He kept his team very small but very efficient. He very regularly recalled the whole lot of them back to State House in Kenya to get progress reports firsthand. He never allowed the nonsense that was going on in Kenya to be exported abroad. Now, Burudi Nabwera does not hail from the house of Mumbi, and there was a lot of pressure from the Kiambu mafia to replace him with one of their own. The US is considered a very plum appointment. This pressure heightened during the Tomboya threat. You know, the late Tomboya was very close to the Americans. But Jomo resisted all that. And the result is, when Bwana Burudi Nabwera returned to the US, he could see the work he did, which has stood the test of time. The key important foundational work, which gained Kenya a lot of respect in many foreign countries. My appeal to His Excellency Joseph Mangut is to do something in Germany that will stand the test of time. Your Excellency, what will people say about your tenure in Germany? Sir, I'm sure you're not there on holiday. I'm sure you're not there to do your own things. In my view, the Kenyan government needs to do a very serious cleanup exercise of our foreign missions, even as we start to clean up back home. Our image abroad is in tatters, and a lot of the blame must go to our foreign missions out there. In the old days, these missions were lean and mean and efficient, and they did a great job. These days, they are fat, bloated, inefficient, and a total disgrace to the country called Kenya. Until next time, this is Chris Kumekucha. In 2005, there was a lot of hopelessness amongst Kenyans. The promises of a new Kenya, the promises of a new beginning that we had been given in 2002 during the general elections that had removed KANU from power were dead in the water. Out of those ashes, the Kumekucha brand was born in May 2005 to vent and to fight for a better Kenya, because long-suffering Kenyans have always deserved better. Contrary to propaganda on the web, the Kumekucha blog was never launched as a business enterprise, and through the years it has always been self-financed through some very difficult times. 12 years on and still counting, our basic premise lives on and remains the same. And that's why I'm really excited today to announce this golden new opportunity for you to reach a huge audience in Kenya and all over the world with the brief commercials for your business. They will of course interrupt our videos just like this message you're taking in. And like the Kumekucha videos, they'll be permanent. And what is more, we are so committed to ensuring that you get the results you desire that will allow you to place the spot for free. Yep, you'll not pay for it. You'll only pay for it when you're fully satisfied with the results. Of course, we'll request a small fee for the video production, but it's a pittance. Are we crazy? Oh no, we are not. We're just very sure that you're going to get a result. I mean, 10 million views is not a joke. Why are we doing this? Of course, it will go a long way in helping us cover our video production costs on this channel, but that's not the reason. That's not the main reason. You can call me naive, but I sincerely believe that the more prosperous businesses we have owned by Kenyans, the easier it will be to push through the changes we want. And by prosperous businesses, I don't mean businesses which make money out of corruption and stealing from public coffers. Those are not businesses, those are criminal enterprises. Anyway, if you have a genuine business, this is a golden opportunity for you, and I recommend that you take it on immediately. Get all the details you require in the video description area on this video on YouTube. Thanks so much for listening to me. all for a better Kenya.